Hi there, my name is Hugh Mungus, and I'll be quite honest with you, over the past couple of weeks I've been pretty bored, so I've decided to create myself a hotline this world has never seen before. A lot of people I know have been quite worried, scared if you will, about the transition from university to work. And I thought to myself just quietly, these idiots have never heard of Holland's vocational typology before. Its purpose is to segregate people based on what they like, their skills, and how they approach problems into 6 different vocational personalities. It's important to note, it can be more than one. It significantly helps in finding a job they are satisfied in because they are working with people who are similar to themselves. So, I've decided to create Holland's Hotline, where the purpose of it is people call me up and tell them a bit about themselves. I tell them their vocational type for a small fee. I've decided to experiment on my close friends.
I've just been on the phone to Holland's Hotline, and he suggested that the most efficient way to determine my vocational preferences is to talk a little bit about myself. What drives me in life is always to be caring and supporting others. I've always been supportive and caring of my peers throughout my schooling years and within extracurricular activities. Throughout my life, I've always been a peer supporter at primary, intermediate and high school, where I used to care and nurture kids that were having problems on a daily basis. I was always concerned about the well-being of other kids, and I'd always put other people before myself. My caring and supportive side is evident in my dance teaching job. I love being able to teach kids and extend their capabilities. I've always been an empathetic person, and this side of me always comes out around people. I've always loved performing, dancing and presenting to others, and that's a way that I express myself. I am always designing things or dancing around my living room. Some examples others have given me, my parents said that growing up I always used to put on shows to my family, and I'd always perform, whether that be dancing or acting. This was how I communicated and expressed myself. My boss at dance always said I have a caring and nurturing nature towards the students, and I'm always concerned about their well-being.
Laura, long time no see. After listening to the key points about your personality, you best fit under the categories of social and artistic. This is because you have a caring and nurturing tendencies while also having concern for the well-being of others. This shows the social side of your personality. You also highlight your love to perform, dance and present, and this shows the artistic side of your personality. Careers that would best suit you, well, you could be a nurse, a social worker, an art teacher, or an interior designer. These jobs would blend your vocational preferences together and would best suit you perfectly. I'll also send you an invoice.
So I've just been on the phone to Holland's Hotline, and he said in order to find out more about my vocational preferences, I need to say a little bit about myself. So when asked what drives me and what gets me out of bed in the morning, it's 2 main things. One is leadership and the other is influence. I really enjoy combining these two in order to help others. This was evident during my time at school, where I held 2 main leadership roles. One, where I was the prefect in charge of student welfare, and 2, when I was a special character leader. This was also evident through my sport, where I was captain of the championship winning second 15. Nowadays I also coach rugby and really enjoy the teaching side of this, as well as the side where I get to be a bit of a rock for my players and help them through some tough times. On the other side, I also work as a sales assistant at Rebel Sport. I really enjoy the sales side of this, where I get to help sell and promote our products, but also the social side of it, where I get to talk to customers and get to know them on a personal level. Overall, I think this shows that my personality is a mix of both, one where I enjoy leadership, but also enjoy service and helping others.
Josh, having listened to some of your key evidence around your personality, it is clear to me that you fit into the categories of enterprising and social. This is because you've shown a clear passion for leadership and business, while also highlighting your care and concern for others. This is dominantly through your extracurricular activities and responsibilities you held whilst at high school. Careers that would suit you include becoming a teacher, coach, real estate agent, or sales manager. This would allow you to blend your vocational preferences with your personality and that which you are passionate about. I'll send you an invoice. Phew, what's cooking good looking? Jeez, what are my vocational preferences? Now that is a good question. I'll be honest with you, I don't have a clue in the slightest. So, tell a little bit about myself and now we can go from there. So Hugh, between you and I love to express myself through dance. Some people even call me the boogeyman. Once I get my dance on, I really can't stop the boogie. My dancing really helps to express my emotions, feelings, and attitudes. I teach ballroom dancing as much as I can, which currently is about twice a week. I love ballroom dancing because I much prefer dancing with other people than by myself. Dominantly, because I love meeting the people. Talking, getting to know that person next to me is something I'm personally really passionate about. Sincere communication, I believe, is the first step in influencing and motivating someone to be the better you. My mum once said, talking was an Olympic sport, I would get an easy silver, because even though I'll be the best in the world, you still can't beat a Russian on drugs. Jeez. People often ask me, what's the biggest problem in society? And personally, I believe we aren't connecting socially enough. If people were more confident in expressing themselves through the likes of work, art, or music, we would feel more tranquility in socialising, as people would be more comfortable with who they are. As a result, there would be far less tension in everyday happenings. But that's just my thoughts. Cheers, you. Jimmy, God, you're a specimen. After listening to that, I can confidently say that you are artistic. The artistic vocational type is dominated by those who use the likes of music, film, and dance as a work of expression. However, you're not just limited to artistic. Your desire to socialise and meet people hints at certain major aspects of enterprising as well. Jobs based around people of just artistic nature will result in you fitting in very well, but I can also see you feeling satisfied in a position where enterprising vocational type is dominant. However, after a while, by just focusing on one of those, you may start to feel frustrated and out of your depth. Your optimal job is the one that balances the both equally. The perfect example is what you're currently doing in dancing teaching. Oh yeah!
So I've been told that I need to share a bit about myself so that you can come to understand what my vocational preference will be. Well, first and foremost, I'm a very detailed person. I love details, I love structures and systems, and for things to be organised. If things aren't organised, then I can't work. I can't handle it, it's not good. Some people have even suggested that I have OCD regarding this manner, but however, I went to see a therapist and they were very unhelpful. They just asked too many hypothetical and theoretical questions that just were of no relevance to the actual system. If they'd used some data, that would have helped them, but unfortunately they did not, so they could not come to a conclusion because they're utterly useless. A bit more about me. I like to have my own workspace. I can't work with other people. I must have my own space. It doesn't need to be big or fancy, but it must be my own so that I can keep everything structured and systematic. Otherwise I will not be able to work effectively. I currently work as a bookkeeper as a part-time job for an accounting firm. I've recently gained a promotion. My boss detailed that I was very effective, efficient, and detailed with my work and was great at working with the systems that we have in place. That should be enough about me for you to make an accurate determination of my vocational preference.
Ethan, not gonna lie, that one kind of stumped me. Had to do a bit of research, and now it's clear to me that you are the conventional type. Your love of independence, your attention to detail, and your need for systems and structures all point to this vocational type. My advice to you would be to stick to your current job. Learn from those above you and increase your efficiency. You are perfectly suited for your current job, so you should be glad knowing this job will bring you a lot of satisfaction. Although, Hugh, just before you go, I just wanted to ask something. Learning about my vocational type is going to benefit me in countless ways. But I was also wondering, what are the other major problems students encounter in that transition from university to work? And what strategies do you personally think students should adopt to resolve these problems? James, while I don't want to answer the question, it's a very good one. There are three main challenges to overcome when transitioning: lack of experience and skills, changes in culture, and inflated expectations. For lack of experience and skills, a student may start to panic when they realise what they have learned at university does not encompass all of what your job demands. To overcome this, the University of Auckland offers many internships while students are still studying. By doing one, say over summer, you will enable yourself to get a true taste of what work is like before you graduate. You can also broaden your skills by doing this. Changes in culture. There was a dramatic change to how you act and communicate at university to how you should be acting in a formal organisation. At the university, seeing one of the many guidance counsellors the university offers enables you to gain an insight into what the workforce will look like from someone with experience. Just by briefly talking to them, you can further your understanding of the culture change. Once you are in the organisation, working in small teams can counter the feeling of being a small fish in a big pond and allow you to feel as if you are making a difference. This will mirror the feelings of self-achievement you get at university. For inflated expectations, you may start to panic when you realise that your first job, or any job in that case, isn't that picturesque day-to-day job you've conceptualised throughout your education. To overcome this is simple. Directly ask future employers what the typical day of someone in your position is. By doing this, you may counter the recruiter marketing trap, as well as going and knowing what to expect. Gathering information from trusted family and friends is also extremely helpful. They will give you honest and realistic informative information that will allow you to go into that future job with rational expectations.